Steelers fans, we've been through a whirlwind over the past few days, haven't we? The chants, the boos, the debates over right and wrong, the frustration over how this team has been losing. It's a lot to unpack. But if there's one thing that stands out amidst all of it, it's the unwavering truth about what it means to fight, to scratch and claw for every inch on the field. You can talk about contracts, about quarterbacks, about coaching decisions, and all those expiring deals and bloated salaries. But at the heart of it, there's a simple, unshakable point. Pittsburgh expects passion and effort, nothing less. And that's exactly what makes the story of this team, especially over the last month, so fascinating. Cast your mind back to that matchup at Acrisure Stadium when the best team in the league at the time rolled into town. All week long, the conversation was dominated by questions about the Colts. How strong were they? Could Daniel Jones really carry his team? How would the Steelers even attempt to stop Jonathan Taylor on his runs? And the coaches, some doubted whether they could keep up with the schemes thrown at them. It might sound small now, inconsequential even, but at that moment, that's all that mattered. Then, game day arrived. The Colts came out firing, the quarterback showing his skills, the running back hammering down the field, and it looked like everything was falling apart for Pittsburgh. Yet, amidst that pressure, the Steelers displayed a resilience that was undeniable. They pushed, they fought, they showed the kind of grit that defines a team unwilling to give up. Physically, emotionally, every ounce of energy was poured into that field. And while preparation, coaching, and execution matter, what also made the difference were the intangible moments, the speeches, the pep talks, the small sparks of leadership that ignited the locker room. It reminded everyone that the spirit of the team can sometimes outweigh even the best-laid strategies on paper. Contrast that with what's ahead, a critical matchup in Baltimore against the Ravens. This isn't just another game on the schedule. It's a test against the team that dismantled them in the playoffs, a team led by Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry, who didn't just win. They dominated in every sense, leaving no doubt about their superiority. And now, the head coach, Mike Tomlin, finds himself in uncharted waters. For the first time in his career, he's facing public derision within his own city, accompanied by boos from fans who are passionate, frustrated, and vocal. The weight of all of this could be crushing, but if anything, it sets the stage for a defining moment. This team has already shown what it's capable of when pushed. Think back to the Colts game. Think back to moments earlier in the season. The energy, the determination, the unity, these are not things you can fake. They are cultivated through belief, through leadership, through the understanding that every play, every decision, every second on the field counts. And now, facing the Ravens, that same energy is demanded, because anything less would speak volumes not just about the players, but about the organization itself. Art Rooney's perspective is critical here. He's not someone swayed easily by outside noise, by speculation, by fleeting trends. When he looks at this team, he doesn't see headlines or social media debates. He sees the next challenge, the game in Baltimore. 6 wins, 6 losses, first place within reach if the team executes, if they rise to the occasion. His focus isn't on hypothetical replacements or coaching rumors. His focus is clear, precise, and relentless, the Steelers' next goal. That clarity of vision is what defines leadership at this level, and it's a stark reminder of what it takes to run a franchise steeped in tradition and expectation. Fans have speculated endlessly about what comes next for the coaching staff, who might take over, and whether change is imminent. But those distractions, while tempting to focus on, are irrelevant to the core truth. Pittsburgh's priority is not about replacements. It's about performance, it's about results, and it's about showing up. Every player on that roster, every coach on the sidelines has a role to play in proving that the team's standards have not slipped, that the culture of hard work, accountability, and passion is still alive and thriving. Consider the lessons from history, from past leadership decisions. When a franchise like the Steelers has an opening at the highest level, the choices they make resonate for decades. The right candidate, the right moment, and the right preparation can define eras. That's exactly what the organization has done with Mike Tomlin. Taking someone largely unknown, nurturing their skills, and creating one of the most enduring runs of coaching stability in the league. The takeaway is simple. When leadership is measured by commitment to the game and to the team, the results follow, and speculation becomes secondary. As the team looks ahead to the Monday night clash against Miami and Pittsburgh, that mindset will be the true measure of success. It's not about hype or promises. It's about execution, resilience, and character. Every practice, every film session, every conversation in the locker room matters because it feeds into the larger picture, the pursuit of victories, the fight for standings, and the preservation of pride. The Steelers are not defined by losses alone, but by how they respond, by how they confront challenges that seem insurmountable. The narrative of this season, of this franchise, is built on moments like these, moments of adversity that demand more than skill or strategy. They demand heart, they demand focus, they demand the kind of effort that turns doubt into confidence and hesitation into momentum. And as fans, as observers, as part of the Pittsburgh community, that is the story we are witnessing unfold. A story that is about more than wins or losses. It is about resilience, legacy, and the relentless pursuit of excellence that defines what it truly means to be a Steeler. Looking ahead, the Steelers' path is anything but simple, but it is clear and defined by the challenges that lie directly in front of them. Baltimore looms large, a city and a team that has made a statement against Pittsburgh in the past, a reminder of what the stakes are. Lamar Jackson, with his electrifying mobility, and Derrick Henry, with his imposing power, have both shown what it takes to dominate the Steelers in playoff scenarios, leaving scars that linger in the memory of fans and players alike. The team cannot afford to approach this game with anything less than a razor-sharp focus, because history has shown that Baltimore is unforgiving and relentless. Yet, it is in these moments, against the most daunting opposition, that the character of a team is revealed. Mike Tomlin's situation adds a layer of complexity that cannot be ignored. For decades, he has been a steady hand guiding this franchise, a coach known for extracting the best from his players through discipline, preparation, and motivation. But now, for the first time, public sentiment is openly critical, a rare and challenging circumstance for a coach of his stature. Yet if there is one thing consistent in Pittsburgh's culture, it is the belief that adversity is an opportunity. The boos and harsh words from the stands are not just criticism. They are a reflection of expectation, of the passion of a fan base that refuses to settle for mediocrity. And that pressure, when channeled correctly, can ignite the very fire needed to turn a game, a season, or even a career-defining moment. Art Rooney's role, as always, is one of observation, analysis, and precise judgment. He is not swayed by rumor or fleeting opinions. The decisions he contemplates are measured, deliberate, and deeply rooted in an understanding of the franchise's long-term vision. Speculation about replacements or coaching shifts is irrelevant to him at this point. His gaze is fixed firmly on the field, on the next game, on the tangible realities of wins, losses, and positioning within the league. That clarity is emblematic of Pittsburgh's approach. Focus on what can be controlled, what can be executed, and what can be earned through effort, strategy, and commitment. The players themselves are aware of what is at stake. Beyond X's and O's, beyond schemes and matchups, they understand the narrative they are writing with every snap, every tackle, every yard gained or lost. The Colts game showed the emotional and physical intensity required to compete at the highest level. The energy, the grit, and the resolve demonstrated then cannot simply be turned off. It must be replicated and amplified as they face the Ravens and all subsequent opponents. Every locker room speech, every conversation during breaks in practice, every moment of accountability contributes to the larger picture. These are the defining aspects of a team that prides itself on resilience, on never backing down, on facing challenges head-on. As the schedule unfolds, the Monday night matchup against Miami represents another critical juncture. While Baltimore may feel like the immediate storm, Miami is no less a test of preparation, execution, and mental toughness. The Steelers cannot afford to glance past any team, cannot allow focus to waver. because consistency in performance is the only path to contention. It is in these games, one after another, that the integrity of the team is measured, not by predictions, not by speculation, but by tangible results. The players, coaches, and staff understand that victories are earned in detail, in repetition, in the unglamorous but vital work that occurs away from the spotlight. This season, more than ever, is about identity. The Steelers' identity has long been associated with discipline, toughness, and resilience. It is the same identity that has carried them through decades of challenges, that has made them synonymous with winning cultures and championship pedigree. Yet identity is not static. It must be proven in each moment, on each play, under every circumstance. When facing a team like Baltimore or navigating the pressures of public scrutiny, the question is never theoretical. It is immediate, practical, and unavoidable. Who will rise? Who will step forward to make the critical plays, the decisive decisions, the difference between a loss that demoralizes and a victory that energizes? The narrative extends beyond the field as well. Fans, analysts, and commentators may debate, critique, and speculate endlessly about coaching decisions, player performances, or the next big move. But for those within the organization, for the players and coaches who are directly responsible, the focus remains on execution and response. History has shown that Pittsburgh thrives when the pressure is highest, when the eyes of the league and the public are watching, when expectation weighs heavily on shoulders. It is a franchise built on moments of resolve, on players and coaches meeting challenges that seem insurmountable with determination and preparation. Consider the intangible elements that often define outcomes. Leadership in the locker room, the ability to inspire teammates through example, the resilience to rebound from setbacks, and the capacity to stay focused amidst chaos. The Colts game provided a glimpse of this in action, where effort, teamwork, and emotional investment contributed as much to the outcome as the tactical game plan. Replicating that, sustaining it, and applying it under the glaring intensity of a Ravens matchup is what separates a competitive team from a great one. And that distinction, more than anything else, will define Pittsburgh's trajectory this season. Speculation about coaching changes, replacements, or potential candidates is a conversation for another time. For now, the reality is simple. The Steelers' next game, the next drive, the next critical play defines everything. Mike Tomlin remains at the helm, tasked with leading a team that is not only talented, but also expected to embody the tradition, resilience, and competitiveness of the franchise. Art Rooney, consistent and deliberate, trusts in the process, in the preparation, and in the culture that has been built over decades. This alignment between leadership, coaching, and players forms the foundation for potential success, even amidst external pressures and heightened expectations. Every yard gained, every tackle made, every decision on the field, and every demonstration of character contributes to the larger story. The Steelers are not defined solely by wins or losses. They're defined by how they respond to challenges, how they perform when the stakes are highest, and how they uphold the values of a franchise that has consistently demanded excellence. This season, more than any other, will be remembered for how the team navigates adversity, responds to criticism, and maintains focus on the ultimate goal, competing at the highest level, defending their legacy, and proving that Pittsburgh football is as relentless and resolute as ever. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Explosive news is shaking the Steel City. Odell Beckham Jr., one of the most electrifying talents in football, is reportedly set to sign with the Pittsburgh Steelers, and the whispers around the league are deafening. Sources close to the situation suggest that Beckham's arrival in Pittsburgh could completely redefine the team's offensive identity. Steelers fans, long accustomed to a disciplined, grinded-out approach, might soon witness the kind of highlight reel plays that make opponents' defenses sweat. Beckham Jr.'s career has been a roller coaster of brilliance and unpredictability, and while questions about consistency and health often follow him, no one can deny the sheer game-changing potential he brings. Rumors indicate that the Steelers' front office sees Beckham as the missing piece to electrify their passing attack, pairing him with a quarterback eager to push the boundaries of the offense. Conversations in locker rooms and on sports networks are already buzzing with speculation about how soon Pittsburgh might see Beckham in a primetime spotlight, torching defenses with his trademark catches and jaw-dropping agility. Industry insiders hint at a cultural impact as well. Beckham's personality, flamboyant yet charismatic, could inject a fresh energy into the Steelers' historically stoic clubhouse. Imagine the merchandising possibilities alone. Jerseys, posters, and viral moments flooding social media as fans snap up every opportunity to witness the spectacle. Skeptics, of course, caution patience. Beckham is no stranger to injuries and high-profile distractions. Yet, if even half of the rumored deal materializes, Pittsburgh may be poised for a dramatic transformation, one that challenges expectations in a league where predictability often reigns. Meanwhile, rival teams are reportedly scrambling to adjust their scouting reports. Defensive coordinators in the AFC are likely losing sleep over the thought of Beckham slicing through coverage schemes with his lightning-fast routes and uncanny ball-tracking abilities. The mere possibility of him in black and gold jerseys is enough to spark debates in sports talk shows, bars, and online forums. Fans are buzzing, analysts are theorizing, and the city itself is on the verge of a football frenzy, as the rumor mill suggests Pittsburgh may soon be home to one of the NFL's most exhilarating forces. If this deal comes to fruition, it isn't just a signing, it's a statement. A promise of excitement, of daring plays, of a Steelers offense that refuses to be boring. The question on everyone's mind, when Odell Beckham Jr. steps onto the field in Pittsburgh, will he live up to the hype, or will the burden of expectation prove heavier than anticipated? For now, all we have are whispers, speculation, and a tantalizing glimpse of what could be a new era in the Steel City. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Pittsburgh Steelers, make sure to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.